Thanks for joining me, guys, for another head-to-head video. So I put a community post up a week or so ago now to put it out there to you people on YouTube to decide what direction to go in with these two mighty fine beers, and the votes have come in. I won't say it was a massive landslide, but 65% said do the head-to-head and 35% said individual reviews. But here we go with the head-to-head with two Imperial Stouts from two mighty fine traditional breweries, one up north and one down south. So we're going to be having a look at the Black Sheep Imperial Stout and the Harveys Russian Imperial Stout. So I will go through a little bit of the spiel on both the breweries before we get into the tasting. So the Harveys one is 275ml bottle, 9% ABV, and the Black Sheep is a 330ml and it's 8.5. Now I picked this up one Trembling Madness and I think it was about £3.15. And the Harveys one I picked up direct from the brewery website, the web shop in Lewis, and I think that was £3.30, I think, or there or thereabouts anyway. There's loads of information on the Harveys bottle. I'm not going to read all that off because I'll literally be all night doing it, but as you can see there, it's won a few awards in its time, and there is the information on the Black Sheep Stout as well. So basically, I mean, this came about in 2011, and it was entered into the Great Baltic Adventure, which I can see on the Harveys bottle. The Great Baltic Adventure, most authentic Russian stout. So it was a winner in that when it first came out. Silver on that one, and the ram, the classic ram on the Black Sheep beer. Let's get them out into a glass. I have got a Black Sheep goblet which I've managed to dust down, so you know what's going in there. But unfortunately I'm going to Harveys beer, so the Innocent Gun chalice will have to make do. Right, Black Sheep Imperial Stout, 8.5. I have got a lot of time for both breweries. I think I'm more familiar with Black Sheep because of just their presence in the supermarkets, I guess. I mean, beers like Rigwelter, you cannot knock it. You really can't knock it. Harveys, I'm sort of kind of new to discovering them, even though they've been probably going a hell of a lot longer than Black Sheep. But yeah, I mean, they're best. Fantastic, best bitter. Right, okay, here we go then. Beers in the glass. I'm going to say both jet black. There's more of a deep tan head on the Harveys beer. It's just like a lacing of off-white, but that's a hell of a lot darker. And yeah, zero pretty much really on the carbonation. So let's get a nose on the Black Sheep Russian Imperial Stout. Yeah, I mean, you get that sort of like almost like a brandy kick in there with the alcohol that's in there. Roasty, dark, deep. Maybe some raisins or figs or something like that. But it smells good. It smells really nice. Harveys extra double Imperial extra double stout. Ooh, more of a wine quality in this one. Yeah, definitely more pokey on the nose. Different avenue, really. This one's more sort of like figgy and pruny, more fruity. This one more just big massive vinous to it. What was the ABV on that again? Was that 9, was it? Yeah, 9%. Yeah, I mean, from the nose, both beers, they smell really good, but they are slightly different. Let's go in on the taste on the Black Sheep. Cheers. Well, okay, a couple of sips and that's like, oh, hello. Yeah, you're the boss. Very, very roasty. Again, we're going down the lines of almost charred and burnt sort of roastiness to it. There's a nice sweetness in there. Body's not very full, if I'm completely honest. It's just over medium, I'd say, on the mouthfeel. But yeah, a big blast of sort of burnt, charred roastiness to it, with a nice little bit of sweetness in there. Harveys. Talk about two Russian Imperial Stouts going in completely different directions. I mean, this sort of kind of gave the game away a little bit on the nose with like that sort of vineness, and it comes through on the taste as well. A massive red wine quality to it. There's a little touch of roastiness in there, but it's not as much as the Black Sheep one. Again, minimal on sweetness as well in this one. Quite bitter. That's a tough one. I suppose it's all these sort of beers really. They're very mood orientated. I do love the style. I do love a really good Imperial Stout. By no means is this. I mean the classic Russian Imperial Stouts. No bells and whistles attached to these. It's bare bones, basic, back to the roots ingredients. I'm leaning more towards the Black Sheep one. The Harveys beer, although it's won absolutely shitloads of awards, I mean, over the years, completely littered with golds and bronzes and regional winners and all that jazz. I like the Black Sheep one. Out of the two, I prefer the Black Sheep one. I think if I was doing a review solo review of both beers, then I would enjoy them equally. But I think when you do something like this, it just makes you think that a little bit more. And for my palate, my personal taste, I think the Black Sheep beer just comes out a little bit more rounded, I guess. And don't get me wrong, it's a boozy little number at 8.5, but it just feels better on my palate than the Harveys beer. A lot more deeper. We're going a lot more darker as well with this Harveys one. I mean that vineness, it is proper in your face, that is. I mean, dare I say something like maybe port barrels even. You know, we're touching on that sort of like profile with flavour. I mean, but to be fair, they're both mighty fine Russian Imperial Stouts, but for me, for my taste, I think I prefer the Black Sheep Russian Imperial Stout over the Harveys Imperial Double Stout. But on their own, I think, yeah, both cracking Imperial Stouts. Yeah, interesting little thing to do something like this and just suss it out on your own palate, and it's a video, innit? I'll put it out there. Tell me what you think of these two beers. But yeah, there we go. The head-to-head. The Russian Imperial Stout head-to-head. Black Sheep from up north and Harveys from down south. But yeah, for me, it's the Black Sheep one. Lovely stuff. See you on my next one. Cheers.